Hi there, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into something you've probably seen everywhere online lately, Berberine.
Yeah, if you've been scrolling online at all, you've probably seen people talking about Berberine, right? So in this explainer, we're going to cut through all that noise, break down what it is, what it does, and, honestly the most important bit, how to think about it safely.
Right, first things first. So before we get into all the nitty-gritty science, let's just start at the very beginning. What actually is berberine?
Okay, so what is it? Well, berberine is this really bright yellow compound that's found naturally in plants like barberry and goldenseal. And you know, this isn't some brand new discovery. It's actually got this super long history of use in traditional medicine, especially in China. These days, you'll mostly find it as a dietary supplement in a little capsule.
Okay, so we know what it is, but how does this plant compound actually work inside our bodies? Well, it's actually pretty fascinating, and it all happens right down at a cellular level.
So here's the really cool part. It works by activating an enzyme in our cells called AMPK. Now, the easiest way to picture it is like a master energy switch inside your cells. And what berberine does is it comes along and helps to flip that switch on, which helps your body better regulate how it's using sugar and fat for energy.
So that all sounds pretty interesting, right? But it begs the question, why are so many people actually taking it? Let's have a look at the 4 main reasons people are turning to berberine for a bit of support.
Well, it really comes down to 4 main areas. First up is blood sugar support. Some research suggests it may help with things like fasting blood sugar. Next, we have cholesterol, as it can have a modest effect on blood lipids, the fats in your blood. Third is gut health, where it might help encourage a nicely balanced gut microbiome. And finally, weight management. Some people use it to support their goals, but, and this is so important, it's not a quick fix or some kind of magic pill, not at all.
Right. We've talked about what it is and why people are interested. But now we need to talk about what is, without a doubt, the most important part of this whole chat, safety. Seriously, please pay close attention here.
Okay, the very first thing we need to get crystal clear on is this. Berberine is a food supplement, not a licensed medicine. And that difference is absolutely crucial. A supplement is there to support your health goals. A licensed medicine is prescribed by a doctor to treat a diagnosed disease. They are not the same thing. And berberine should never ever be used to replace something your doctor has prescribed. Ever.
Which, of course, leads to the next big question. Just because something is natural, does that mean it's safe for every single person to take? And the answer, in short, is a definite no.
There are some groups of people who really should avoid berberine altogether. That includes anyone who is pregnant or breastfeeding, as it can pass to the baby and could increase the risk of something called jaundice in newborns. It's also not for children, and you should definitely stop taking it at least 2 weeks before any planned surgery. And of course, if you have any underlying liver or kidney conditions, it's best to steer clear.
Okay, let's get into side effects and, crucially, drug interactions. Some people might get a bit of a tummy ache when they start, but the really serious risks are the interactions. If you're on medication for diabetes, like Metformin, insulin, or those GLP-1 drugs like Wegovy, berberine can increase your risk of your blood sugar going dangerously low. It can also mess with how your body handles other common medicines like statins or blood pressure tablets. Look, the bottom line here, the absolute crucial takeaway is this. You must speak with your doctor or pharmacist first. No exceptions.
Now, for those who do get the green light from a professional, most of the research tends to look at doses between 900 and 2,000 milligrams a day. This is usually split up into smaller doses and taken with your meals to help your body absorb it and to lessen the chance of any stomach upset. But, and I know I'm repeating myself, always follow what it says on the product label or the specific advice your doctor gives you.
All right, to pull all of this together, let's finish up with an expert's view on how to think about berberine in the grand scheme of things. Here's a quote from Yusra, a registered dietitian. She says, "Berberine can be a helpful addition for some adults, but it's not a shortcut or a substitute for medical treatment." And honestly, that is the key message here, isn't it? The real foundations of good health, that's your diet, exercise, sleep, and stress, that stuff always comes first. A supplement can only ever support those foundations, it can't build them for you.
So it leaves us with one last question to think about. Could a supplement be a helpful support for your routine, or actually, is it really time to focus on strengthening those foundations first? Just some food for thought. Thanks so much for joining me.